Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Minecraft. Today's episode is going to be a bit different from the last two episodes. We've been building outside in the overworld, and I want to do a bit of stuff outside of the overworld, being not in actually the end over here, but in the Nether hub. So we've been working on the Nether hub. Well, we started it quite a while ago, but we haven't been doing too much on it. And in fact, today is kind of... I'd be lying if I said we were working on the hub itself. But what we are doing is we are going to be over here. We're going to collect a bunch of purple. You can see I've actually still haven't collected all the purple over here. A bunch of purple from these islands here. We're also going to be collecting a bunch of the normal nether... What is this? Nether stone? Endstone? Sorry. Endstone. And that's because we have got a passage going all the way from our base to the end portal. Well, the portal to the end portal. And so I'm just going to collect a bunch of purple. We're going to smelt all this up. Get a bunch of purple into our tunnel. We're going to be, well, I don't know if I said we are building a tunnel, but we are building a tunnel. We're going to get a bunch of purple, a bunch of this stuff, maybe a few other materials that aren't actually necessarily from the end over here. Is that the one we've already explored? Because I don't know if, you know, I think I have missed this one immediately. Okay, we might have to explore that. But yeah, we'll just keep collecting all this stuff. I thought I'd bring you in just to let you know what's going on. Yeah, it's kind of distracting me. But yeah, I'll go do a bit of this stuff, and I'll be back. Oh. Alright, so it turns out I didn't explore that end city, so I've done that, and I got a bit of good loot there. Nothing too crazy. Another pair of elytra, and another dragon head, which is pretty awesome. But what I want to show you here is what has happened. There hasn't been too much, so don't get your hopes up too much. We've still got the roof pretty much where it has been left. We have to finish up all that. We are getting a ton of wool. That's for sure, so we won't have any troubles with this. What I've done is I've put in a pathway over here going all the way to the end here. We'll just keep going literally to the end. So keep going this way. You'll see that it curves to the left. And this was where I originally messed up the portal. I've just moved that portal to directly above where it should have been, which was back that way. And the plan here is, because boats tend to be a bit weird, once we get the boat on straight, because this is going to be a boat path, we're going to get our boat to go all the way down here. We'll hop off of it and go all the way down there. The only issue with the end is because we have to restart over there, the boat that kind of defeats the purpose. We will have to destroy the boats and make sure we've got a bunch of boats down there, because next time we come in, we won't actually be coming back from the end all the time. So it's kind of, yeah, a pointless reason to have two tracks, but I kind of thought I'll put them there just in case we needed to come back at any stage, and then I don't have to walk against stuff. So that's the plan. And we will be putting this as a tunnel, obviously. So let's just keep going under here. And now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go into the end. And we are going to set up a giant beacon. Because it takes quite a while to mine some endstone. So whatever endstone I do use for pillaring up or whatever, I just turn into endstone bricks. And from there, I just end up going for it. So let's keep going here. What I'll do is I'll go there. I'm going to mine out a absolute ton of endstone. I've also brought some furnaces along so we can end up smelting a bunch of purple, and I think that should be alright. I think we should have enough for at least a start on that tunnel. I'm not too sure what to expect. So yeah, I'll be back. Alright guys, so I am back. I've gone ahead and, well, gathered up quite a bit of this stuff. I've also got a ton more of the endstone blocks and the brick, sorry, and the endstone back in our base and a bit in the end. So we really won't be short of them, that's for sure. And what I'm doing here quickly, by the way, is I'm just quickly making a bit of a pillar so that I can fill in the bottom piece over here so that we can work quite easily from the bottom over here. And I also want to do a little bit on that side there, so I might just pull this over here. And a little bit on the other side, just to make our life a bit easier so we do have a floor on this thing to work with, if that makes any sense. And don't worry about those pieces, we'll be going down there now anyway to collect them. The reason I use this is because I thought it would be a good idea. Because this takes forever to mine. Look at this. Yeah, well, that didn't really look too long, but this goes a lot faster. We might even glitch out in a block. It might be that fast. But yeah, the endstone is actually quite annoying to gather because it does take quite a bit of time. So I would really recommend, if you were going to ever collect endstone, collect it with a beacon. Make your life a lot easier. Did I make that? No. Yes. Perfect. Okay, now the next thing is we're going to have to quickly fill this in. And I'll quickly talk to you about what we are going to be looking for in this tunnel, because that's quite important. So the idea is we're going to have to keep pigmen off, so we're going to have to put a bit of a carpet or something above these, and I'm not too sure how we're actually going to get that right, because yeah, we're going to have to work something out here, some way of keeping the pigmen off. And I think perhaps, I wonder if a rail would help to stop these from boats, well, allow boats to go, but stop pigmen from spawning. If not, we could even go with maybe a half block somewhere. That's something I might actually have to check, or maybe a bit of glass. But we won't worry about that for now, because we'll just do the rest of the tunnel as if that wasn't a problem, and then fix it if we have to, which is the dumb way to do it, but that's the way we're going to do it. The other thing is, with the idea of this tunnel that we're going to be building, is I mean, I don't know if you've seen how fast you move in a boat on ice. It's ridiculously fast. It's absolutely insane. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make these kind of repeating patterns. I'm sure you know what more or less what I'm talking about. We're going to be doing repeating patterns along the whole tunnel, and the repeating patterns I want to be kind of lengthy so that we can really sort of see them as we go, because we're going to be going through so fast. If we have ones that are like 5 blocks long, or I mean 7 blocks long, might even be still too short. We're just going to notice the repeating pattern too, obviously. No. Oh well. I'll just get more from the base. It's just a bit annoying. Yeah, that's the sort of idea that we're going for. Another thing with this is I'm thinking the palette we're going to be using is obviously going to be Ender related, and I'm not too sure 100% of what we're going to be using, because I don't want it to look like everyone else's end tunnel in the Nether, because they all just kind of look the same, just purple and endstone, and I know that is the colors, but maybe we can bring something else into it somehow. Perhaps maybe a little bit of Nether stuff, and I'm not too sure what Nether stuff we'll bring in. Maybe a bit of lava or something for lighting. I'm not decided on that one just yet, so that's up to the imagination for us right now. Get off there. Get up. Go. No, he didn't die. Alright. But yeah, that's sort of what I'm thinking. And yeah, that should should be right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just mess around with a few designs. I have got, yeah, purple blocks and a bunch of things that should be the basics at least, because I'm still going to be using purple. Just I want to get a little bit of Nether or something, maybe even overworld type stuff in here. I'm not too sure. In fact, we might not even do it this episode. We might have to work it in at another time, depending on what it is. So man, are there any around? Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to hit one and then later on regret when I fall down. So get off, pigman. He'll die. Yes. Alright. So what I was saying, I'm going to go and fix some stuff up. I'm going to try out a few things. I'll probably just run this endstone all the way down the middle. A little bit of a thing with running boats like this. Let's get this guy. With running boats on ice, which I discovered myself, which like I figured out, is that the boats, you can't have any blocks next to it, because else that kind of slows the boat down when the boat touches that. So keep the blocks next to it, air blocks, and in the middle you can have like a half block kind of thing, like a what would I say, a glass pane or something like that. That would work. But the rest of it, make sure you have got nothing on the sides. Now, what I'm planning on doing for that glass pane thing, which is the reason I said glass pane, is because I want to run a magenta glass pane, well, a bunch of them, just running down the middle here, all the way to the other end and around there, because I've tested it out a bit in a creative world, and it seems to work with just one, as long as we keep the boat right against it there. So I'm going to go and try out a few things, as I said I would do, and I'll come back to you with a bit of an idea of what we're going to be doing. Okay, so I am back. I have gone ahead and I've tried out something. Oh, why is it always a ghast when I'm about to record? Oh, where is he? There. Get you ghast. Perfect. Now, what I was going to be saying is I decided, you can see exactly what I'm doing here, because I said I want to get a bit of Nether into this, and I thought what would be a good way of getting the Nether into this, and then I kind of stood back here and I started just doing whatever I could do with that, and that gave me the idea, hey, why don't you try to do a bit of these Nether arches that we're doing? I mean, they're quite, I don't know, I would say they kind of look like they identify with the Nether, to me at least, because this is kind of what we're going to be going with for our Nether hub. So we'll go with this and see how it goes. And I actually like the way I've kind of got it looking here with that little piece there. I couldn't, because these don't actually have any, well, these don't have any stair variants. I thought, let's try putting the stairs through there, and I think it works quite well. So that's what we're going to be doing here. I also want to maybe work in, perhaps over here, a little bit of the purple slabs. I still have to make them. And I also want to work in some of these purple pillars in here. Oh, no, I didn't make it. I pushed shift, I just didn't make it. So we're going to have to go up in this little way here. And you can tell I may have fallen once or twice already. So let's do that. No. Oh, I made it. Wow, that took forever. Okay, let's carry on here. My idea was to use a bit of this magenta stained glass because in the Nether, what are they called? Nether cities? End cities, sorry. Oh, yes, I made that. I made it. I didn't think that was going to be happening. That is beautiful. So let's put one of those there and we will put some of these here. So what I was saying is in the end cities, they have these kind of magenta blocks everywhere. So, well, the magenta glass everywhere in those buildings because it's kind of closer to the purple than the purple is. And I just want to take a step back and just check what this looks like. You know what? I've got a better idea. We can maybe do something like this. Let's just remove this one. And pop one over there. And we'll put this here. Get rid of that now. And we're going to try some of those purple slabs that I was telling you about. And if not, we can even try maybe another slab. Maybe one of these stone brick slabs might look alright. Well, stone slabs might look alright. Who knows? It's worth a try. So we'll do that and we'll do that. And give this another go. There. Check it out. Check it out. I reckon that'll work. I mean, think about when you come down here. And I'm not going to be doing too many of these. I'm going to be doing them. Probably I'll do another one actually just over here-ish, more or less. And I'll work out how many blocks. I'll actually count the blocks out properly. Then at least that shields us from the sides. And we only have to worry about the top after that. The rest of it, we'll just have to worry about spawns. And one thing I am not 100% sure of, but I think it makes it... Oh, no. No, I'm alive. Yes, I made that. I am so clumsy today. It is absolutely ridiculous. Do we get a ghast tear here? No ghast tears. Not that lucky. All right, let's see if we can get this one. Let's actually just eat. I don't want to be losing stuff in the Nether with all 10 levels that we have. So let's do one like that. Made it. Perfect. Where are we? We are over here. So we can maybe hit the roof. Do you reckon we can hit the roof? Or, yeah, let's give it a go. We hit the roof. All right, this has turned into a real derp fest over here. Let's... One more hit. Made it. Perfect. And we'll even be that lazy that we're going to do this. Oh, man. There we go. Okay, we're up. We did maybe get a little bit distracted there, but let's continue. And I almost just sent us on our way again. So what I was saying, man, before I interrupted myself, is that we are going to be testing out something which I had a hunch, which was whether or not these will spawn, pigmen will spawn in completely lit up area. And it looks like they are not spawning on these blocks that we've lit up completely. That's great. So we might not even have a bit of a, we might not have any, I'm clumsy, my mouth is clumsy, everything's just terrible. We might not have a problem with these things over here. So that is great with the pigmen over here. That's what I was trying to say. So I'm going to continue on with this little bit of a design. I might not finish it all this episode, but at least we will get a look at what's going on. You guys can give you a bit of feedback on what we're about to do because that helps. Instead of me building it all and then having to change something, it just makes it a bit easier if we did do it that way. So I'll do a bit of this. I'll probably do half a run here and then I've got something else I want to have a look at. Okay, so this is actually the following day. I've decided I would go and do a bit more of this. It's actually so tedious. It's really time consuming doing all this stuff, but I have brought along a few things. I've just gone and taken pretty much the end of the end stone that we have. I've got a bunch of this stuff still left, so that's all right. We haven't actually used too much of the chorus fruit or the purple blocks around here, so that's not really too bad. But we did run out of the glass, and I've gone ahead to the desert. I've gathered up a bunch of sand. Although every time I've thought that I have, I've somehow used it all up so quickly. So who knows how long that's going to last. But yeah, that's all right. We'll survive. But what I really want to show you is I got really low on this, probably about there or so, and I was not willing to chance it. So I put mending on this elytra, And I also have gone and leveled it up. Well, put it back to a good level. I'm going to just switch it over to there for now. But yeah, that's basically what's happened there. See that, all we need for that, by the way, is I think Unbreaking. And I'm not too sure what else could go on there. I think those are the only 2 enchantments that can go on there. But what I've done is I've gone ahead and I've gone up to about, you can see where, thereabouts. And I'm not too sure I like this being so empty. So what I decided to do was give this a try, putting a bit of the pillar in here. And one thing that I didn't realize about this pillar is it looks really, really good at the bottom. So that's almost I would call the bottom piece of the pillar, because this is a horizontal pillar. That piece there looks like it should be almost the chiseled variant of the purple block. So I want to maybe have a look and see if I can work this in somewhere. Maybe we can put it up there or somewhere like that, just facing out that way. I think that would look really, really nice. But that's not what we're going to be working on today anymore. I'm pretty much done with this. All I'm going to do is I'm going to stash all these in that chest at the beginning there. And then I want to get started on a little something. But the reason I came here is pretty much because I wanted you guys to see this. And if you guys could leave me a comment, any ideas of what we can do with the roof, because I haven't figured out the roof yet, but I like the way this is looking. I'm fairly certain it should work, because when we put a bunch of the panels down the middle here, we should be able to kind of hold tight with the boat here, and that shouldn't interfere with these here. And aside from that, I'm pretty sure we won't have any other issues besides the lighting. And I want to maybe light up with these. So let's do something like, I don't know if that'll actually have light there. We'll put them along somewhere like that. I'm not too sure what we're gonna do, but that's not something we're gonna worry about. But the cool thing that I was talking to you guys about is we're gonna go into the overworld. And we're gonna do something which I've wanted to do for a few episodes now, and I thought I may as well do it in an episode. And I think this is the perfect episode to do it. So I'll catch you guys in there now. Okay. What we're gonna be doing is we're going to be planning out pretty much the layout of our shopping district of the city. And we might go a little bit further out of that as well. And I'll show you why it's a good idea, hopefully, that we're going to be doing this. Something's just... You know what's weird? I've been down in the spider farm, so I turned my block sounds and my hostile creature sounds, let's put those up to 50, down. Okay, it just something felt really, really weird, and that was what it was. There was no sound coming from any of the blocks, and yeah, that makes sense now. Perfect. So what I was going to do is we're going to walk through here, and in fact, maybe we can start around here. We can talk about a few ideas, and really, guys, I know there's a few things I'm going to ask you here. So one of the things is, any ideas for any areas you can see? Try and be a little bit specific in the comment. Let me know exactly what area you are talking about. Kind of just say next to the house or whatever. And I mean, I might even get a different idea to what you had, and it might work together and make an amazing idea. That's the way these things work. So first of all, what I want to talk to you about is this area here. And I know that we've got this cool little pondy thing here. So what I want to do is I was thinking perhaps we could do something like this in this area. We can take up this space on like a corner and make this a little stable for horses. So for instance, when a visitor comes to the city, they've got a little place here where they can just ride right in over the fence, dump their horse here. It's not going to be anything spectacular or anything amazing. We're going to have a bit of a roof to it, a little bit of a backing where I want to still see over the edge here. And it'll be fence, obviously, and the horses can just be tied onto leads onto the fence there. I think that will be all right. And that's something I've just kind of had in my mind for a while on this little piece here. Also, another thing is this area here, this is our blacksmith. And I think we need to add something else, maybe over here, or maybe somewhere else that relates to that blacksmith. And if you got any ideas for that, I would really, really love that. But yeah, I just thought maybe with it being a little bit more industrial, we can kind of keep that away from the shopping for now. But yeah, this is like kind of the retail sort of markety area. And this is my favorite area of the city right now, to be honest. I'm loving it. It's kind of now where our build style has kind of developed a little bit more. We can see that there's a little bit more going on here, a little bit more detail. We've got this building here, still not finished. Got a few small things to do, but it's all just looking really, really great. I'm really loving it. I'm really loving it. Hello, Mr. Polar Bear. G'day. Oh, no, you don't. You're not interested. You're upset that I moved you, are you? Great. Well, then let's go move on a little bit. We'll actually just go into this area here. So we've got our little park over there. And, okay. And over here, what I'm thinking is we're going to do another shop around this area here. And by the way, guys, these logs aren't final. They just kind of estimates on what we're doing so we can kind of plan our mind around. So this is going to be another corner shop, I think. And I don't want it to, I don't know. I'm not too sure if I wanted another one, but I think it will look kind of cool. It'll box this area in a little bit more. So that'll be a corner shop, and I've got an idea. Let me know what you think. I'm thinking a bakery. I think that would be pretty awesome. We can have cakes, we can have bread, we can have all those sorts of things. Maybe some chickens and stuff. I don't know. But that's an idea. Here's another piece here, which we're going to be coming off. And I've actually specifically left these shops without windows and stuff here with the idea that we're going to be coming around on this side and maybe building next to that. So what I want to do, actually, you know what? I've just got an idea. If we did build another shop, like for instance here, the roof would kind of go over there and you'd have a little alleyway. That could be kind of nice. You know what? I can actually leave those there. You know what? I was going to be lazy and not get my axe out. I'm just going to leave that there because there's a little bit of an idea. We can do something along these lines here. We can make another shop. We can make another shop around like here and take up this little spot. And now the idea that I've got over here is because this over here is going to be a bit of a monument to the 50th episode where we collected this Ender Dragon egg and fought the Ender Dragon, just as a little bit of a thing that we did. So what I want to do here is make the monument, so we'll keep this area open, and I want this to be a little bit of an open, more open area than what we have here. So I think this might actually just stay empty. And over here, I'm thinking we're going to have all of these smaller shops. So we're going to have kind of a stall that's the size about here to maybe, can I get rid of this? Let's just get rid of it. Probably, okay, maybe even a bit bigger than that. Probably like that wide. And I'm going to, for instance, sell a bunch of, make a little guy that sells just apples. And then another guy that sells just carrots, potatoes, you know what I mean? As if these are like farmers that have set up their own stalls around here. We'll have to make a lot of different things there. We're going to get involved with banners, get all those sorts of things looking really, really good. I'm really looking forward to the way these are going to look. Then the next sort of thing is moving on this way. And moving on this way, we're going to keep stores going along there, kind of with that similar idea, maybe a few bigger ones. But down here, I've got a little bit of a thought. And I know it's a bit empty. It doesn't have anything too crazy. So if you guys have got any other ideas, what I was sort of thinking was digging this out a little bit more and kind of going down into like a little bit of a hole where we can put a few sort of houses built into the ground on top of each other, kind of like a very densely populated area. Although, you know, I'm saying all these ideas and they are subject to change, but this is just kind of stuff I wanted to quickly run through, get out of my mind so you guys know what I'm thinking of, and don't hold me to them. I might change. I might even forget what I've said. But this is what I'm thinking right now, and I've kind of planned this out in my head quite a few episodes ago. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about that. But most importantly, please let me know what you think about the Ender tunnel there. I need a bit of help with that. So I think that's pretty much going to be it for the episode, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.